The first thing we're being asked to do here is work out the area of the trapezium. And if you look at the formulae which are given to you in the front of the exam paper, I've just copied it here. Here we have the formula that's given to you for the area of the trapezium. So we first of all add the two parallel sides, A and B, multiply by h, which is the perpendicular distance between them, and then multiply by a half. So let's just substitute into that. So the area here is going to be, I'm just going to write everything exactly as it is, half a plus b is going to be 6 plus 8, and at the end here we've got h. Now the perpendicular distance between the two is just 5. It's a bit of a strange way of writing this, so I'm going to put in some multiplication signs to make it more sensible. So it's a half times 14 times 5. The easiest way to do that, half of 14, remember times can be thought of as of, half of 14 is 7, and then 7 multiplied by 5 is 35. So the area of the trapezium is 35 square centimeters. The next part asks me to calculate the length of PQ. That's this sloping side here. And I realize that if I put in a vertical line here, sorry, not very straight, but you get the idea. There we have a vertical line. This is a right angle, and the height here is going to be 5. If I look across the bottom here, I know that it's 8 centimeters all the way from here to here, but I also know that it's 6 centimeters from here to here, because if I look at all of this shape here, it's just a rectangle. So if I look at this distance here, let's put a blob there so I can see that more clearly. The distance from P to this blob here must just be 2 centimeters. So what I now have is a right angle triangle here, and I'm trying to find the hypotenuse. Let's just call it x. Now by Pythagoras' theorem says that the hypotenuse squared, well that's x squared, must equal one of the short sides in this right angle triangle, so that's 2 squared, plus the other short side squared, well that's 5 squared. So x squared, that's the hypotenuse squared, must be 4 plus 25, which is 29. So if PQ, which I've called x there, x squared is equal to 29, that must mean that x, or PQ, is actually just the square root of 29. Now if I work out the square root of 29 on my calculator, it comes out as 5.38516. The question though says, give my answer to 3 significant figures. Well, that's just going to be 5.3, and I'm going to chop off 3 significant figures. We're counting from the beginning, 1, 2, 3. We're going to chop off after the 8, but the 8 is going to have to round up to a 9. So we get 5.39 centimeters for the length of PQ, and that's the answer to part B.